This summary of 13 things mentally strong people don't do: take back your power, embrace change, face your fears, and train your brain for happiness and success by Amy Morin is about to begin. Enjoy. Key point 1. Being mentally stable doesn't mean being cold and tough. None of us are mentally strong or weak 100% of the time. Instead, we all have some mental strength, and there is always room for improvement. You can develop mental power, which includes coping with complex feelings, sorting through your thoughts, and maintaining positive behavior under challenging circumstances. It's easier to feel mentally strong when everything is going according to plan, but mental strength tends to disappear when problems arise. Bad habits stop you from achieving more efficient results. Don't let them affect your potential. Some people can eat fast food and stay fit, but life is more complicated for others. They have to spend hours in a gym to be in good shape. Likewise, with mental strength, some people are generally stronger. 3 major factors come into play. Genes. Predisposition to mental health disorders may already be in your DNA. Personality. Several traits smooth negative emotions and help you to react positively. Experience. Each event in your life affects your world outlook. However, that doesn't mean others can't have such strength. They just have to develop and maintain it. Mental strength makes you resistant to stress, improves your contentment with life, and enhances your performance in whatever goal you choose. The following tips will help you find more efficient solutions to face life's challenges as bravely as possible. How? Step by step, you will become a better version of yourself by reducing harmful habits that negatively affect your mental state. Optimism alone isn't sufficient to help you reach your full potential. Amy Morin. Key point 2. Feeling sorry for yourself is nothing short of a waste of time. Our life journeys are tumultuous and unpredictable. Tragic and irreversible events might happen occasionally, but that is no excuse to give up. No one is exempt from experiencing pain and sorrow in life. Being sad occasionally is normal and healthy. However, focusing on your sorrow or overthinking your misfortune creates self-destruction. Whatever the problem, always know there is a light at the end of every dark tunnel. It is good to remember that sadness is a part of life and grief is okay, but thinking other people have it better is unhealthy. Self-pity helps you to get attention and postpone doing something about the situation. However, it's high time to stop saying, "Poor me, and this is why." It is time-consuming. Feeling sorry for yourself is not easy. You use energy to keep intrusive thoughts going. Even if you aren't ready to take action, you can start switching your focus to possible solutions. More negative emotions will come. Once you allow the negative thoughts to slide into your mind, they invite their friends, such as loneliness, anger, and resentment. Your mindset is all about a pitiful life. When you start to believe that you are the unluckiest person in the world, you stop trying to perform better. You use it as a distraction. You can't start your healing process without going through all the stages of grieving, sadness, or anger. Prepare some room for your feelings by accepting the situation. You miss out on the good things. Concentrating on negative emotions worsens your ability to see positive things. It affects your relationships. Once you feel like a victim, you behave like one. People don't like to communicate with those who constantly complain. Moreover, it is a red flag in a romantic relationship. We all experience pain and sorrow one way or the other, but facing it makes us stronger. To overcome self-pity, learn to exchange it for gratitude. 1. Look around to notice the little things that make your life beautiful. 2. Try journaling every evening and write at least 3 things you enjoyed that day. Did you know? According to a study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people who practice gratitude experience less sickness than those who don't. Key point 3. Preserve your inner strength and let go of the things you cannot control. There will always be someone you find unbearably intrusive and irritating. This person may undermine your authority and undoubtedly get on your nerves. The feeling of anger is unavoidable, and it is perfectly reasonable to become incensed and want to react, but it is unhealthy to devote time and energy to nurturing negative emotions toward others. Ultimately, you're the only one who will get hurt. Until you focus your energy on things that hold more value and worth, negative emotions will always have power over you. When you give away power to others, more problems arise, like you become emotionally dependent on others. Other people decide if you are worthy. You feel helpless and use excuses. You are a passenger, not a driver in your life. You can't bear criticism. You don't follow your goals. You can't stand up for yourself in relationships. Accept that some things are out of your control. Sometimes you need to loosen the grip to release the tension inside you. Signs that you excessively try to control everything include increased anxiety, ruined relationships, a tendency to be harsh on others, self-blaming for everything that happens in your life. Learn to let certain things go and understand that some things are beyond your control. Holding on sometimes hurts more than letting go. If you've exhausted all possible options to get something to work your way and it still doesn't, it would be unreasonable, unhealthy, and unwise to keep at it. Trying to gain total control in one sphere of your life could affect other aspects negatively and render you blind to what is taking place. Try to boost your self-confidence so other people won't be able to define your actions. You can't build healthy boundaries with others when you doubt your worth. As a result, they can make you feel uncomfortable, tell you what to do, or even insult you. Confidence is a power that helps you to stand up for yourself, not question your decisions, and trust your intuition. Key point 4. Change is a welcome turn in your life. Change is a part of life. It is a part of being human. But it is hard, and even though we know we will improve our lives if we embrace it, we often resist it because our routine is easy and comfortable. Yet, it is okay to be afraid of change. When diving into changes too fast, we overwhelm and tire ourselves out instead of facing them. Every change passes through 5 stages. Pre-contemplation. At this point, there is no thought of change. Contemplation. They start to consider the possibility of change, often listing its advantages and disadvantages. Preparation. They decide to go through with the change, and now it's just a matter of time. They make a plan to prepare thoroughly. Actions. Make things happen. The needed behavioral change finally occurs. Maintenance. Most people overlook this step, but it is essential. Planning to maintain lifestyle changes in the face of obstacles is crucial. If what you are attempting to change is too much, and you try it alone, it is doomed to fail. You need to accept help and support from people you trust, and commit to your goals one step at a time. It is okay to want others to see you as the nice one, but you must set firm boundaries. It is good to have a pleasant personality, but it's better for others, not you. Furthermore, your attempts to be nice can lead you to overstep the boundary into people-pleasing. People-pleasing doesn't mean you are helpful and generous. It means you can forget your own goals and interests. Strive never to develop a reputation as someone who consistently meets other people's needs. Learn to say no. There are always people who are almost impossible to say no to. You always want to give them what they want when they want it, which can inflict serious mental, emotional, and physical strain. Not everyone will like you. You shouldn't aim to be, as you'd be working away for the rest of your days. You are not responsible for the feelings of others. Instead, strive to please yourself and the people who matter to you. Key point 5. Don't be afraid of taking calculated risks. There are times to play it safe and times to take that leap. Not a blind leap over a yawning chasm, but a calculated risk for which you know you'll be better. Sometimes your routine doesn't work, and you may have to switch it up or go a different way. While it is okay to be scared, don't let it stop you from taking action and bringing that dream to reality. Changing doesn't mean giving the entire routine up. Sometimes you just need a new window open to liven up your life. Take action, temper emotions with logic, and work to your strengths. Taking calculated risks only makes you stronger. Calculate risks by considering factors like the potential costs and benefits. To get the life you want, you must carefully calculate each risk. Then you will be ready to take a step into unknown territory. Moving forward is unexplored land, and humans naturally fear what they don't know. We want things to remain as they were before, but they can't, and there is no point lingering. It is unhealthy to reside in the past. You need to identify harmful feelings that keep you stuck in the past so you can move on. Some of them are anger, regrets, humiliation, and guilt. You might have an inner agreement with yourself. If I stay unhappy for long enough, I will find the strength to forgive myself. However, you don't allow yourself to be happy. Whatever happened in the past is of little consequence to what is happening in the present. The past is the past and should remain there. There is no sense in clinging to it. It is often detrimental and discourages moving forward. So, take action. Don't be held back by harboring guilt and shame. Focus on the problems in the present, and don't let the past hold you back. Key point 6. Learn from your mistakes and don't resent other people's success. Humans will always make mistakes. It is tied to our existence. We have yet to experience some things, so we do not know what to choose. But the beauty of making a mistake is that you can learn from it. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. John Powell. Mistakes sometimes occur due to a need for more knowledge of the right thing to do. When you deny your mistakes and stand by them out of pride, you'll find you cannot learn lessons from them. By repeating your mistakes, you won't get anywhere. Instead, you'll tire yourself doing the same thing repeatedly. Accept your mistakes, learn from them, and review alternative methods to tackle the situation that led to them. Making a written plan is a proven tool that increases your chances of avoiding making the same mistakes twice. Come up with a few ideas on how to replace your harmful behavior so that next time you will be able to cope with your problems in a healthier way. What are your red flags? Try to recognize the patterns in your behavior that signal the loss of control. Find a method to stay accountable by talking to your friend or writing in a journal. Be honest, and remember that you are responsible for your life. Some people will always have what you don't, and it's okay to be jealous. You are human. Yet when you find yourself overspending your time and energy on toxic thoughts and feeling bad for yourself, it's time to stop. Stressing and agonizing over others' success, comparing it to yours, and irrational thinking will eventually lead to illogical behavior and stunt the growth of your mental strength. Resentment stems from perceived notions of injustice or deep-rooted insecurities. You need to realize that you don't know what happens behind closed doors or what other people have gone through to achieve the success they enjoy. Resentment sets you up for a vicious cycle. The more you compete, the more bitterness you feel. Instead of competing, try to establish cooperative connections. Stop focusing on other people's successes or stressing over the competition, and set a healthy background for yourself. Key point 7. Never give up after the first failure and don't fear alone time. While some people are motivated by one failure, others feel they cannot succeed after their first fiasco and give up. It is mainly for fear of trying and breaking down again. Preferring to play it safe, people avoid taking risks. However, our past faults don't define us. You don't need to be ashamed or spend a lot of time dwelling on them. Fear is often at the heart of our unwillingness to try something after we've failed at it already. Unfortunately, people can obtain multiple fears after failing once. For instance, after receiving negative feedback from your family instead of support, you may expect it will happen again. So you are worried about what others will say about you, not the actual situation. Another example is that you may feel weak and unable to handle the risk for the second time. But if you truly desire success, you must have positive thoughts and the right attitude. Many people don't believe solitude is a productive way to use their time. You can hear from the media and friends that being with people is better than being alone. That concept pressures us to fill our social calendars, but it is entirely incorrect. Humans are social animals, but there are times when we need to be by ourselves. Don't be too afraid of taking some time away from people. Being alone with your thoughts is often beneficial. Although it might be scary to be alone, and sometimes you cannot even imagine what to do without people around, it is still essential to have you time. Spending time alone isn't only about having solo dates, it's a crucial experience that helps you realize your goals and find a way to reach them. Likewise, taking time off from the usual busyness benefits your mental strength. Do not think being alone isn't productive and won't help you in any way. It benefits your health. So create spare time to escape the hustle and bustle of the world. Relax, reflect, and rethink your goal. Pick up meditation and reading or some other solo hobby. Key point 8. Mentally strong people don't feel the world owes them anything. Everyone wants justice and their fair share in life, but the belief that you are owed something because of what you've been through or because you are an exception to the rule is unhealthy. There are people whose sense of self-esteem goes completely overboard. They feel too awesome to be told no. Such people always expect to have their way. It is a wrong mentality, as nobody has an exclusive right to the world. The world was before you. Feeling entitled to something is not healthy, and neither is clinging to it, as we often end up resenting those who get what we think we are entitled to. It won't gain us any friends, save for those with the same embittered feeling. Be empathetic and less selfish, and know that sometimes it is not all about what you deserve. Sometimes you need to switch focus from receiving to giving. Check if you can be helpful to others. Progress isn't always obvious, and change isn't often immediate. They are a gradual process. Sometimes it is not about the time you put in, but the amount of work you do to achieve your goal. We have to accept that we can't get everything instantly. The quick fix is only sometimes the best solution, and expecting quick fixes is setting yourself up for failure and blinding yourself to newer opportunities. Persistence, patience, and perspiration make an unbeatable combination for success. Napoleon Hill. The saying, "Patience is a virtue," might be old and cliched, but it is nothing short of the truth. Impatience will lead to aggression, stress, unnecessary pressure on yourself, and a lifestyle that deflects people from you. Success isn't instantaneous. Expecting it right away is a sign of impatience, overestimating your abilities, and in turn, underestimating how long changes take. Create realistic expectations and recognize that progress is sometimes slow. This way, you will be adequately prepared for the future. Finding a moment to stop and double-check if you are moving in the right direction is crucial. In a fast-changing world, you need to keep the focus on your values for long-term results. Conclusion. Incorporate these strategies into your life and work on them daily to gain more mental strength. You won't wake up tomorrow already stronger than yesterday, but you will start noticing results soon. Just like athletes need to train their physical body regularly, you need to work on your mental health daily. They also must practice and work on their weaknesses to improve their skills and performance. Leave room for improvement and remember to learn from problems and so-called failures rather than letting them knock you off course. Realize there will be bad days, but don't let them stop you. Take the bad days in stride. Maintain healthy behaviors until they become part of you and nothing short of second nature. Become your personal coach and provide yourself with a good mixture of support, encouragement, and discipline. Switch focus to your strengths and carry on improving them. Then, find your weaknesses and work on eliminating them. This cycle will be on repeat again and again because you will never be perfect. However, you will become a better version of yourself. Even though building your mental strength is your journey, you can always ask other people for help. Surround yourself with supporters who will share your ideas or seek professional advice when needed. Try this. When you feel fearful or scared of change, choose not to let it control you. Face your fears boldly and don't let them hinder you from achieving your goals. Start a journal to summarize your new strategies and check on the results regularly. Summary complete.